The Ethereum count this channel has carried for 3 days is wrong. Not bent, not under pressure, wrong and wrong on the exact number I published for it last night. So that is where we start. Last night the line was 1956. I said that above it the corrective reading of the whole advance is wrong and that if it went the count would retire here in public. Overnight the high was 1981. So it retires. The reading that the advance from 1512 up to 1956 was a double zigzag, a correction rather than a trend, is dead, not weakened, dead on the level it named itself. There is a second thing to correct, and it is mine rather than the market's. Yesterday morning I said no impulse labeling of that advance survives the overlap rule. That was too strong. What I had actually shown was that one labeling dies. The one I tested put wave 1's top at 1892, and against that top the low at 1848 overlaps by $44. Dead correctly. But there is an earlier candidate and I did not test it. Put wave 1's top at 1846 instead, the high from 2 weeks ago. Then wave 1 runs 334 points off the low, and wave 2 retraces 29% of it, holding well above the origin. Wave 3 then runs from 1750 to 1956, 206 points, against a first wave of 334, that is 0.618 of it, almost exactly. And here is the number the whole thing turns on. Wave 4 is the decline into 1848. Against wave 1's top at 1846, it clears by $2.09. No overlap. The rule holds. The second rule holds too. Wave 3 cannot be the shortest of 1, 3 and 5. Here the shortest is the 5th so far, so the 3rd is safe. This labeling is legal on every hard rule, and it always was. Which makes the move you are watching a 5th wave, running from 1848. It has covered 133 points so far, and it is what took the level that retired the other reading. Because wave 1 is the long one here, the guideline expects the 5th to approximate the 3rd. That puts it near 2054, and two separate ways of measuring agree to within 16 cents. Above that, equality with the first wave would put it at 2182. That is a stretch target, and 5th waves in this position reach it rarely, so I would rather earn that number than assume it. The first one is the one that matters. Now the honest limits. Under 1848, the 5th wave has failed. Under 1846, there is no legal impulse labeling left at all, and the advance goes back to being a correction of unknown shape. Those two levels are $2 apart. That is the entire margin this reading has, and it is worth saying out loud rather than burying. Momentum sitting near 80 says the move is stretched, not that it is finished, and both of those are true at the same time. So, one count retired on the number it named itself, another that survives by $2 and was legal the whole time, and a target near 2050. Educational analysis, not advice. That is how a count is supposed to die, in public and on a level.